Good afternoon. We have met in Columbus, the heartland of America. We have elected a vice president, Andy Ginther, whose great vision, joined with his wife Shannon, with combined hearts and soul, to make this city one of the greatest on earth. We have seen in this city, we have felt in this city how beautiful it is. There were times when you were driving around, you thought you were in a European capital. Columbus, Columbus, Columbus. Columbus will now be a part of us, forever be a part of us. And so we thank you, Vice President Ginther. We've also made history. We've also made history here. Maybe you don't know this. We have also made history. We have elected a certified member of a Native American tribe, the Osage tribe of Oklahoma. We have elected a mayor who will ascend to the presidency and be our 83rd president, the first Native American, certified Native American, David Holt of Oklahoma City. Ladies and gentlemen, it was 91 years ago when we faced the Great Depression. That's a big G and a big D. We had unemployment in this nation like we've never seen since. And so the mayor said, let's go again to the heartland. And they went to Detroit City. And they found a mayor named Frank Murphy. And they decided they had to go to Washington. They couldn't go see the governor. They had to go to Washington. And so they came to Washington and formed the United States Conference of Mayors. And then came Fiorello LaGuardia from New York City. And for 10 years, he worked with Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And they sang Happy Days Are Here Again. And we came out of that depression. But today, ladies and gentlemen, when you are elected president of this organization, 80 presidents have come before us. It is the highest honor a mayor can have on this earth, because you are America's mayors and you speak for America. Still, no thanks to the treacherous acts of January the 6th, still the strongest seat of democracy on our globe. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we are facing another Great Depression, and that's with a small g and a little d, because it affects us all. The mental health challenges affects us all. Last week, we had a White House summit on mental health. And last week, the woman mayor who will serve the 8th female mayor in this organization was in the White House. And she was forceful. She said, where's the money? Where are the resources? But she is also a happy warrior, driven to challenge the president, to challenge the White House, and to challenge Congress to come forth with a new plan for this generation, to us to find those happy days for all of us again. So now let's see the video.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right.
say and spell your name.
First name, Hillary, H-I-L-L-A-R-Y. Last name, S-C-H-I-E-V-E. And I am the janitor of the United States Conference of Mayors.
New mayors, they're so happy. They've got like massive smiles on their face. They have no idea what's ready to come.
The United States Conference of Mayors is incredibly special for a whole host of reasons. It's truly a band of brothers and sisters together that can have an experience like you could never have with anyone else. There are many times that something might happen in your city that is incredibly challenging, and you are going to want support and people that know what it feels like in that type of situation. We really come together and we offer support on so many different levels. I unfortunately lost my sister, and then 6 weeks later I lost my brother, then I lost my brother-in-law, all the mental health. So you talked a little bit about mental health, and I want to say thank you so much for your leadership on that. It means the world to me.
Mental health is a problem. It's a serious problem.
And I don't talk about my personal life. It's something that I've really shielded from the work that I do. But I gotta tell you, that's what opened it up for the community to come to me and say, we have been experiencing the same thing throughout my family all these years and kept it in the dark. And that's what's been so hard on my heart.
Mayor, thank you so much for sharing. I really want to thank you for opening up.
Mayors are now making it a priority to change the way that our residents connect to mental health support.
I think to really change it, it's gonna have to start with mayors. Because mayors, we are on the ground.
Mayor Sheedy is the right person for us at this time and at this space.
I look forward to working with you to intensify our collective impact on this critical issue and to move the needle on all of the other challenges and opportunities facing mayors and local communities today.
You've made clear your dedication and your leadership on these issues as you've been a champion of treatment for those suffering from mental health challenges.
You have been a great friend to me and so many other mayors. When my mom passed away during my time as mayor, I appreciate you helping me put it in perspective and being there to support me. I'm so excited to welcome you in your new leadership role.
Let's get to work and just know that I'm so proud of you, but I'm really ready to work with you.
Welcome, Mayor Sheedy.
Welcome, Mayor Sheedy.
Welcome, Mayor Sheedy.
Welcome, Mayor Hillary Sheedy.
We're so excited that you will be serving as the 81st President.
USCM President.
Congratulations on becoming the 81st President of the U.S. Conference of Mayors.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 81st President of the United States Conference of Mayors, Hillary Sheedy of Reno, Nevada.
Wow. Rob and friends, what a video, my goodness. Wow. Thank you so much. I can't even begin to tell you. Listen to my voice. I'm starting to lose my voice. That's a really good thing. That means we had way too much fun while we're here all weekend. Did everyone have a great time? Come on. Okay. So, just got to take a minute. Wow, the room shrunk a little bit. But I can't begin to tell you, thank you, Tom. What beautiful, beautiful words. I'm so blessed. Please give a huge round of applause for all the people that make this happen, all the staff here at the United States Conference of Mayors, and the wonderful team that, I mean, we've seen them all throughout this whole conference, but they're, putting this whole place together for us and serving us meals. Please give them a huge round of applause for doing a great job, right? And of course, my VP, Mayor Ginther, Where are you? Thank you from the bottom of our heart, and your city is beautiful. Give Columbus a round of applause. You've been a tremendous host. Well, I'm truly honored to be your new president. I'm here thanks to the love and encouragement of so many wonderful people. I'm joined by Team Reno today, which I'm very excited about right here. Look at this. How great is this? I've got my police chief here. I have council members here. I know that means many of you mayors are jealous. I've got my council members right here because we've got great relationships. So I'm really blessed to have you with me today. And then also I have sort of honorary members from Three Sticks Productions, Cooper and Al Polito. Thank you so much for being here. You're our honorary Team Reno members. And then the boss of me right now, I have Ashley Turney, Brian Colpin, and Jenica Finnegan. Thank you so much. They've had to put up with me all week long, and they're amazing. It's always so hard because you have so many wonderful people to thank. So I also want to go back a little bit. Virginia Mayor and Chris Giglio from Capitol Edge, I love you both so much. They encouraged me to join the Conference of Mayors 8 years ago, and it was the best decision I ever have made, I think, in my career. I've been incredibly blessed. So where are you? It's hard to see. See, there you are. See, all your fault. All your fault. But you know how this is. None of us got here alone. Every mayor knows that it takes an entire community to lift up our cities. I didn't start my life off dreaming of being a mayor. I grew up pursuing my dream of one day becoming an Olympic figure skater. While training at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, I developed kidney failure from a strep throat infection. Doctors told me I would never compete again because I needed a life-saving organ transplant. Fortunately, my younger sister, Amanda, was a match, and she saved my life by donating her kidney to me. While my illness ended my Olympic dreams, I quickly learned gratitude for life's simple things. I always say some people complain about being in traffic. Well, I'm just happy to be in traffic. I learned priceless life lessons that have provided me with that mental and emotional armor that we all have to put on every single day as mayors, because we have tough jobs, emotional jobs, exhilarating jobs, and the very best job of all, making a difference in our communities. As I reflect on my competitive skating career, I learned what it was like to be judged. When you fall, you get back up, and the best don't always win. I also learned that there is power in being graceful and knowing gratitude. Wow. After my skating career ended, I had to find a new creative outlet for my competitive spirit. So I decided to open a recycled clothing store for teenagers. That's kind of a long story, so I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, I opened my business because I had a passion for the environment. And I also remember what it was like to be a teenager and how hard it was to fit in if you weren't wearing cool clothes. I actually love working with teenagers, especially first-time job seekers. I always say, take out the trash, but bring back the trash can. Okay? When you work with teenagers, you literally have to say that. I'm sure many of you remember what it was like to be in high school. I actually recycled some old photographs that some of you might remember. So let's go down memory lane. Who do you think this might be? Mr. Tom Cochran and Mama Lotta. Look at beautiful. Love it. Oh, Mayor Bibb. Who do you think this is? Mayor Ginther. You're gonna love the next one. Mayor Holt. We might need to recycle those clothes. That's Mayor Barnett. And look at the beautiful Kate Gallego. Look at the Letterman's jacket. She looks the same. Oh no, oh no. That was a lot of Aquanet. That was a lot of Aquanet. Eventually my business grew, so I needed to expand. But the city wanted to charge me $5,000 to move my sign 2 feet. As a small business owner, I was pretty outraged by the red tape. So instead of just complaining about it, I decided to run for office to change it.
Like all of you, I wanted to solve problems for my community rather than stand on the sidelines. As we look at our key initiatives for the coming year, I firmly believe that the solutions to our nation's biggest challenges will come from America's mayors. I'm honored that in the coming year, the conference will be working closely with the United States Surgeon General, Dr. Murthy, to help mayors address the devastating mental health crisis that is crippling our cities. Mental health has been the dark secret in America that no one has wanted to talk about for decades. So if not now, then when? We must start treating mental health as health. I lost my sister and my brother a couple of years ago due to mental illness and addiction, and my family struggled for decades to get them both help. The only solution was to have them arrested or sent to an ER where they fixed broken bones, not broken brains. I was ashamed of the stigma, so I hid the fact that my family wasn't perfect and that my family had been suffering in silence for years. Sadly, my family story is not an uncommon one. After their devastating deaths, I realized if your mayor isn't talking about it, then who is? If your own mayor can't get services, then who can? Did you know that 1 in 4 adults experience mental illness in this country? Even more alarming is that 49% of young adults ages 18 to 24 reported experiencing anxiety or depression. Think about that, that's half. What kind of future are we creating when half of our young adults have anxiety or depression? This will have a drastic impact on our future, our economies, and the health of our cities if we don't act now. Prevention and intervention are going to be essential. As these issues crash together on our streets, they are bringing destruction to our communities. We've spent billions on housing in hopes of solving our homeless crisis, but our policies are failing. We cannot just expect to build our way out of America's severe mental health and addiction crisis. At January's meeting, Mayor Wheeler said something that really resonated with me.
Just last week, the Portland Police Bureau arrested a group of individuals who had 2 kilos of fentanyl, 30,000 fentanyl pills. What does that mean? That's enough to kill 1 million people.
Yeah. Yep.
1 million people. I ask you, if somebody from the outside is bringing something into your community that could kill 1 million people, what is that if not a weapon of mass destruction? And why isn't it being treated as such?
Correct? Do you agree with that? But that's not what's happening. The Conference of Mayors completed a survey this year on mental health in cities across the nation. Mayors, did you see this survey? I want to make sure everyone's got it. Responses were received from 117 cities in 36 states. The numbers tell a frightening national story. 97% of mayors said requests for mental health services increased in the past year. 88% said they do not have adequate access to mental health services. 82% said they need more funding for mental health. Our cities are filled with people suffering on our streets. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy dared to pledge that America would put a man on the moon. If our nation could bravely reach for the stars 60 years ago, then it's time for mayors to shoot for the moon on mental health. That's why we will be launching the Mayors for Mental Health Playbook, a comprehensive roadmap for America's mayors. It will establish a criteria and an index so cities can measure concrete and critical results on performance and outcomes. So I want to say thank you to Steve Schell. Are you here? Steve Schell, oh, you're in the back of the room. Thank you so much for all your work on this outstanding initiative. Thank you. While studies show that 71% of nation's homeless congregate in cities, the majority of funding to fight homelessness, mental health, and addiction is distributed to states and counties. We will have to challenge the White House and Congress to join us in a bipartisan effort to establish a plan to provide resources to address mental health and addiction in this country. Okay, everyone, this is very important because this is where I think we get lost. If there's any one thing that you take away from my speech today, and I'd say write this down, hashtag Mayor made me do it. These issues must be about people, not political parties. They must be about people, not political parties. Bipartisan, right? Bipartisan partnerships are going to be imperative as we move forward. We must keep up the pressure, especially when it comes to issues such as gun violence. For each of the past 3 years, our nation has had an average of 600 mass shootings per year. That's an average of nearly 2 per day. Yet as a nonpartisan, I watch how the national conversation is driven by political parties and not solutions to save people. However, 97% of Americans supported expanded background checks. We can only achieve these strong goals if we invest in our future leaders. If it weren't for some trailblazing female mayors, I would not be standing here today. I'd like to recognize the past female presidents and mayors that came before me. Helen Buzales, Catherine Whitmire, Dee Dee Cordini, Beverly O'Neill, Stephanie Rollins-Blake, Nan Whaley, of course. Ooh, last but not least, my dear friend, the queen of all mayors, I call her the queen of all mayors, Elizabeth Kautz. And just as these great female mayors paved the way for me, we must stand with our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, and friends by fighting for their rights and reproductive freedom. Sadly, in the year 2023, the truth is women have less rights today than many of our mothers did. Did you know since 1979, women have been the majority of students on college campuses nationwide? But yet we're telling them today that their voices and their choices don't matter. I'm sorry, as a female standing here today, it is my body, my business. For real change to happen, though, it's going to take all of us mayors, like the Nan Whaleys of the world and Elizabeth Kautzes, who have led so beautifully by example. And so I want to see all my female mayors that are in this room. Please stand. Please stand, mayors. Please. I see you. And you're the example. And young women see you in your community. And we need to keep telling them that we need more future mayors. So I want to say thank you so much for all of your work. So my fellow mayors, it might seem like the odds are against us, but as you know, I come from a gambling town where we bet big. And I know a few mayors who also like to bet big, because I've seen them in Reno, Barnett and Bibb, I saw you. And I can't share the photo that I have with you at the gaming tables, unless your opponent might want it someday. But we also know that we are passionate and persistent mayors never ever fold. So my friends and fellow mayors, when we all work together and fight for our future, our freedoms, nothing beats a full house at the United States Conference of Mayors. So I have to wrap this up. Can I just tell you, please give a huge round of applause for Ed and his team behind here, Christian, who they make it all look good and we take the credit for it, but back there, they have been here 24/7 making it happen for all of us. I want to say thank you to the conference staff. I love you guys with all my heart. Tom and Jocelyn, the tapes committee, I could not have ever done it without you, and I really am here today because you guys supported me. You can't do it alone. Anyway, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Team Reno. I don't have any family here. You're my family, so thank you. I love you guys. So they tell me that I have to adjourn the meeting. So can I get a motion? Yeah, we all want to go home and go to bed. I got you. Yeah. Okay. So I got a motion and a second. Second. All those in favor? Motion passes. Well, what if I said motion didn't pass? You'd have to stay here. Am I right? I always wondered how that would work at a council meeting. Anyway, thank you, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful time this weekend. I know all of us mayors really appreciate everything you do, and also investing in the conference. That helps us with our platforms nationwide. So we're very, very fortunate. Thank you.